sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. On the Saints sideline, head coach Kellen Moore. His guys victorious a week ago, trying to make it 2 in a row here. His counterpart on the other side, the Panthers' Dave Canales. His guys stuck. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Now Rattler. Again, it's Johnson. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Saints.
Rattler wants to throw it. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, New Orleans.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
Brings up second and 3 at the 41-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. He'll try and do this himself. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
First and 10.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To the air is Rattler. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
8 yards to go.
Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
First and goal, New Orleans.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And Nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it.
Taysom Hill, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
His second year in the league certainly didn't go the way that he thought it would. In fact, a lot of whispers around the team and around the league that maybe he was not going to be the guy. Ended up getting benched, took his time, watched the game, and then came back better than ever. Second year in the same offense with the same head coach should lead to an even bigger jump in year 3.
Powering his way forward. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Young. That one complete to again. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down, Young from the gun. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
And the Saints, first down. A gain of 19 yards. And the Saints, first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
There's Chris Olave. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Rattler. Olave over the middle. That'll give him 8 that time. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd.
Throwing is Rattler. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line.
That's another Saints first down. A gain of 16 yards.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 21-yard line.
2nd and 11 now. To the air once more is Rattler. And a catch made by Johnson. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Saints first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Derek Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. Olave holds it in. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Number 12, Chris Olave. A 9-yard gain. It's now 4th and goal.
Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to get this out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here is Young. Got a man. That's Leggett. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 10.
To throw, Young. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Saints offense had Spencer Rattler getting ready for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And that will get me off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Rattler working out of the gun. That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
First down. It's a gain of 32. First down, New Orleans.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
First and goal.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
Well, they're right down here looking for 6. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Touchdown, Saints! Cam Akers from 3 yards out. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Adam Thielen, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense and the veteran Alvin Kamara getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Saints on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Young to throw it. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Panthers first down.
Young now from the 50. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints 44-yard.
Running the toss to Brooks here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays they're going to do. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here in this first half. Rattler wants to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rattler. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
At the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll find Thielen working the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Young. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete.
Final play of the half. Young. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
So it'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing, Young. He'll try and do this himself. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. It could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
That's good for a Panthers.
Give up the middle, Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down by
now a 2nd and 10.
no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
It's Young off play action. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Seibert able to knock this one through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A gain of 14. And the Saints first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last two possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it winds up getting buried for the loss. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing is Rattler. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Rattler. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Young to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Young. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
21 yards. That's good for a Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Kamara up the middle. A little juke. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. 3 quarters have come and gone. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Kamara gets it again on second down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Young working out of the gun. Now he'll tuck this and run. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
Gain of 10 yards. That's good for the Panthers. First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. Oh, able to avoid him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed, and then we got to see it unfold in real time.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Young now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. Give them 18 on the play.
Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Young going to give to Brooks. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the Saints 36-yard line.
Young. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. They'll go play action here with Rattler. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Here now, second and 4. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a first and 10.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Second down in the yard. Again, it's Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player. And not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On third down, here's Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? Olave's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Rattler. And that's complete to Cooks. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. The Panthers offense had Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Young quickly to the flat. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. Nice little juke. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Young. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. And
here is Young. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Seibert's kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now. They feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 6, 2:01 remaining. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. To the air is Rattler. Into the hands of Cooks. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Young's going to take a knee here, and that should just about do it. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Carolina, It's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.